Right, explain some things.
Definitely would add to the overall feeling. Man, whenever I get to modern Ratchet, it's gonna be a time on that.
Modern Ratchet, hang on. It's time to rip this apart. Hey, Stefan.
I guess good luck. That's all I can say.
Stefan, I didn't read the Death Dad news like you're the first thing you woke up.
No, it's
But
fine.
you were
It's gonna happen eventually.
It was the first thing I saw when I woke up about
Same here.
Katsuki Takahashi.
It was like two news I presented with immediately. Boris Johnson's resigning, and the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh's died. I just went, oh, so it could be that kind of day, huh?
I mean, at first it was like the first story I saw described it in such a weird ass way that I thought it was like some kind of weird joke until I saw multiple people report it, kind of deal on that.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure. Can you guys hear audio on your end?
Yeah, I can hear the game.
All right.
You can hear the game.
But yeah.
In fact, the game was too loud for me, so I had to turn it down.
But yeah, because of that, I'm going to make some night on Tuesday gonna be Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel for that. I was gonna make it Fall Guys and then do Yu-Gi-Oh! But now I kind of want to do Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead. Because yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see if I can maybe get some lists going for like old school anime decks and see if some of us can build around them, kind of deal. That might be a fun thing to do.
Oh, like building decks straight from the anime.
Yeah.
You can very easily just go on the Yu-Gi-Oh wiki, and they'll just have a list of all the cards that they use during during specific arcs. So you can like build like Kaiba's like Duelist Kingdom deck. You can build like his Battle City deck, and like stuff like that. It's all there. It's all out there for you.
I'd like to build at least somewhat like I feel like there's definitely going to be a lot of Dark Petition Blue Eyes decks next time, but you know.
Mm-hmm. And Red Eyes.
Yeah, there might be some Red Eyes because Red Eyes is annoying to deal with nowadays at this point.
So has it been like a meta shift recently in Master Duel?
Not too much. It's just more Red Eyes just have a lot of effects, and you just kind of have to keep dealing with them over and over and over, kind of deal.
Excuse me. Gotcha.
Wait, I just noticed Clockwerk's leg wasn't colored in there. I just noticed that.
Whoopsies!
Whoops!
By the way, hi. This is the final episode of
Though time was short, we made sure to
literally
study
like
up
the
on
last thing of the game.
Yep, last chapter.
Try not to lose your heads.
While attending a prestigious
try.
boarding school, the young Arpeggio excelled in all subjects, but he never managed to keep up with the other boys physically. Sadly,
He
his
excelled
limbs,
in all
due to their
subjects,
small
including being a
size, were
loser.
useless for flight.
Loser! You're a loser!
Furious at his
I think I only came in on the last stream of the first game.
Gotta keep that record.
Edition.
Actually, are you finishing this game today?
Yeah, this is the last chapter, so.
Okay.
It wasn't long before the claw gang took him
And then
over.
next week we're gonna start up Batman
His
Arkham.
talents must have been at work repurposing.
And it looks like the PC's version is absolutely one of that pulls, so.
Now this mastermind is in possession of all the parts. It's only a matter of time.
I've heard weird things about some of the ports of Asylum. I'd have to remember what's up with it, but
the Return to Arkham port isn't exactly great. Mostly, I think the environments look really good in Unreal 4. Like, they really reworked them, like, added a bunch of rain effects and stuff like that. It looks really cool there. Character models kind of look even more made out of wax than they did on the PS3 and stuff like that.
oof.
Asylum for the most part is fine, though City, I can't play City on that collection at all. The frame rate is way too inconsistent and hurts my eyes like crazy.
It barely serves. I think a lot of the speedrunners just like play City on PC.
Yeah.
Specifically because they use mouse. I think they use like mouse to control the gliding.
Yeah, to like quick glide kind of deal is what they do.
Yeah.
Kind of like with Mirror's Edge speedrunners, they'll always do that on PC because they can use the mouse wheel to cheat.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if you're gonna play Mirror's Edge, play it on PC, because the console ports are kind of bad.
They haven't aged well.
Especially because I think the, like, the Xbox version in particular, like, a lot of features are locked behind Xbox features that have long since expired, and even at launch didn't really work either, so...
Mhm.
So, what do you think about this being like the final area?
I think this area is pretty neat. Kind of deal. I do think if certain parts of this chapter kind of go on a little long, but I think this is a cool little area.
It's in the
Very
sky.
spacious, a lot of room to use the paraglider, which I like.
I remember when I got here the first time, for some reason, I was reminded of that one track from Crash Team Racing, the Cortex track.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. No, not making that. But yeah, any plans for your guys' weekends coming up?
I've seen Thor 4 with my brother on Saturday.
Oh yeah, that is coming out.
Yeah.
I'm actually going river tubing on Sunday.
Nice.
Ooh!
Excuse to get outside and enjoy some water.
So
Yeah.
will you finally win Tubathon?
Yes.
I think we basically had our equivalent of that a few weeks ago, but it's kayaks in our town for it.
I hope
Wait,
the
so
Mirror's
Stephanie, do you do forfeit tubing?
I'm not a master of it. It's hard to invest.
Yeah.
I actually do that lunch properly with my sister this time on Saturday.
I believe in you, Betsy. I believe in my dad.
For me, I'm gonna be out of town because I'm going to a cousin's wedding this weekend, so I had to spend a lot today getting back to that.
Ah, okay. Actually, anybody here see this Dragon Ball fan film that got released today?
I keep
yeah, I
seeing
watched
it all
that.
over. I haven't had the time to sit
Yeah.
down and watch it
Yeah.
yet.
It's been
Legends,
recommended.
a Dragon Ball fan film. It is really good, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I remember the original trailer that they showed forever ago, but I need to sit down and watch it
Yeah,
proper now.
but very trigger.
It's like their depiction of like Goku going Super Saiyan is so raw. But it looks really, really cool.
Okay, where is this mission start at?
Bentley, where's the compass?
Batley!
Oh, I'm
Please.
sorry. I thought you wanted to find out your bottles first.
No, I find some of the bottles and then I find the rest as we go along. We've done this for like 7 chapters, my guy.
I thought that finally you would have streamlined this process, but apparently you like to do things the hard way.
The hard way we'll be doing them all first, and then we go around the entire blood.
Yeah, I would prefer that method because then you'll be able to. You know what, Sly? I just can't.
That sounds like clear talk.
I just Sly. I'm so close to just leaving.
Break a leg on your way out.
I think you know what? At this point, I think I will. Murray, when I'm gone, I'm sorry.
What?
What does that mean? Bentley, what does that mean? Bentley!
It means you're gonna have to be the one to put up with Sly. Well, I thought Sly likes me.
Are you implying he doesn't?
Are you implying that Sly doesn't like me? What? No, that's not what I was implying. We both know how much of a handful Sly could be. I always have a good time when I work with Sly. I don't know what your problem is.
I've got it under control.
Is it really just me? Am I the only one that sees a problem with the stupid raccoon?
Have you ever thought that you're the problem, Bentley?
Having no real familiarity with these characters is making this even more interesting of a treat.
This has been our ongoing joke the entire LP.
Very fiddly slides. Just
Taking the piss out of each other the entire time.
The more we go in, the more they just don't like each other.
Murray just wants everyone to get along.
Yeah.
Ooh, just imagine by the end of this playthrough, it's just Sly and Bentley in the Get Along t-shirt kind of deal.
The way this narrative is unfolding, it makes me just think of freaking Chica from Love is War, where everyone gets to know her better, and she's like, oh man, she's terrible.
Oh man, she just sucks.
Oh yeah, Clow is tomorrow.
Yeah, Clodo's tomorrow. I'll be purchasing my copy once my paycheck comes in.
Calm down, Bentley.
I'll be purchasing my copy
Doesn't appear to be, you know,
once I get my money from Three Hopes back.
How about some recon photos?
You're right. We need to be informed to create a plan of action. Try to get a shot of Clockwerk's head, a mech egg, and one of those spinning magnetic inducers. They seem important to the procedure, but stay away from the car.
Bentley, how am I supposed to get that without lens flare?
Oh, how is this? E3's returning next year. Apparently.
How long? How? Well, can they actually make it this time?
E3 returns as an in-person event in June 2023 with Reed Pop as producer.
I mean, I won't lie, I much prefer E3 compared to Summer Games Fest kind of deal, so I'm okay with that.
Sega never do that again.
Like, because, like, there have been good E3s. There has yet to be a single good Summer Games Fest at all.
I mean,
Okay, like,
it's
I
even
like,
been.
I can't, like, part of it I can put on some Summer Games Fest, but, like, there's another part of me that's, like, can't entirely put all the blame on, like, the blame on him. Because Jeff Keighley can only show off what he's given. And if Sony doesn't give him anything, Nintendo never gives him anything. And like Microsoft doesn't really give him anything. He just stuck with all like third-party stuff.
I think it's just more to I think it's art Nintendo has figured out pretty well. If you don't have anything to show, don't have an event kind of deal. Just have more of its own little tiny thing. I don't like with Summer Games Fest of like the idea that everything just gets split up into all these different conferences and it's all scattered and not connected with each other at all or anything like that. It just kind of makes the process overall more confusing than just having it all under one kind of banner.
And even then, the stuff that Nintendo did have to show was just like a whole bunch of third-party stuff that just filled out that calendar for, I think, like almost the rest of the year.
But I mean, to be fair, also that Direct Mini was better than a lot of other actual Directs. So
Yeah, that was a really good mini direct.
better than most of the main Directs, to be totally honest.
Like you said, if they have something to show, it goes well.
Yeah.
But they're doing it just to hit the quota of like, we need to talk about something, or these things get out of the way.
It was just the fact that people were used to getting a big direct around this time and we didn't get one.
Yeah.
Nintendo promised me a direct this year! I've waited long enough.
Sly Cooper featuring Jason's dishwashing?
Kinda, I get ready to put on some noodles.
Nah.
What else?
I gotta like put the dishes away later.
Radioactivity from inside those mech eggs. I wouldn't get too close.
Careful!
Yeah, do these again.
These magnetic
That's
Sure.
the best you. That's the best you're getting, Bentley. I'm not taking another moving object photo again.
So can I just talk about the ending theme of Spy X Family?
Yes!
Yes!
Agree.
Like it is like so good, man.
It's been the song I have been listening to on repeat the entire season, kind of deal. It is
It'll
so
not be out
good.
of place for me to call it cozy.
like it immediately went to went into my list, and so whenever the song comes up, I just go, oh, it's time to jam.
Now they gotta make a theme that's just as good for season 1.5 when that comes out in October.
Now,
Yeah,
I
boy.
also checked out some of the other stuff that the artist has done. I like his vibe.
Oh, have you
Camera like the office.
by the way, have you seen the music video for Mixed Nuts, Jason?
I have not.
See it? Because it's an experience. The video is not what you expect based on that song.
It was a, yeah, it was a thing.
I don't need to study those photos to see the writing on the wall. Clearly,
Japan
Neela
making
and
strange
Arpeggio have
music videos
conspired
is Japan.
together to rebuild Clockwerk, and it looks like they're dangerously close to realizing their goal.
Look, Bentley, I know it's not your style, but I need a quick plan of attack. Try to think of a way, any way, to stop Clockwerk from getting reassembled.
Well, those magnetic inducers seem to be holding the parts
So
together.
I tried my hardest to try to remember why they're going out of the way to rebuild Clockwerk.
Arpeggio wants to fly.
That's a big thing. Is Arpeggio?
Oh yeah, he wants to transfer his mind.
He wants to transfer his
Clockwerk.
brain into the Clockwork body, kind of deal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright.
Yep, Rocker.
Bark.
Fun times ahead.
Thank you.
Here's the key.
Good, sir. Two.
Here's another key.
Fly, are you alright?
So, man, I barely
Laura,
heard
you
any.
got a third key.
I barely heard any talk of Komi's second course.
Yeah. Man, poor. I think I made the joke post earlier, but poor My Hero, when it comes to October, it's gonna be fighting Spy Family, Chainsaw Man, and Mob Psycho all in one season.
Listen, you say poor My Hero. Me as an anime fan, I'll just go, yo, Fall's gonna be sick. Yo, Fall's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
this
no,
year,
Fall's
man.
going to be so good this year.
I just hope Studio Bones cleared out their whole scheduling issues from the last few seasons for season 6.
Poor My Hero. No, poor me. I got so much stuff to watch.
Boo-hoo.
Think of it. Since you just brought up Gobi, do we know when that's gonna be coming back?
I haven't heard anything about that yet.
Because I want to see, because that character is gonna be in is gonna be starting to show up now. So
Yeah, because I think in the second quarter they got to the end of first year, going to like the second year.
yep.
Yay!
Which is
the point where the story gets really good.
where a lot of good characters show up and the romance arc begins.
Oh boy.
I just do think they really figured out their gist once they reached year 2. Like it's. I always just felt that the quality just rose up after that.
Yeah.
That being said, you'll not disrespect the Cat Cafe arc in
Yes.
That's a statement that just got said.
I was so glad when when I realized they had a follow-up chapter for that. It's like,
Yes.
We didn't forget about the cat cafe.
Let me breathe. Hang on, I gotta bring my.
My
chief
favorite
phrase
part
to
of the whole thing is just that you can hear what the cats are thinking the entire time, and it's great.
Oh boy.
and considering the ruckus we just made, I'm surprised they haven't heard us from now. Look at that!
Okay, I forget what am I supposed to hit at this point. It has been a hot bit.
Neela, have you heard some sound on the outside?
What are you talking about? I'm gonna...
I think you're about to die.
Yeah,
I hear something
that's really
steaming.
good.
Official Mob Psycho Twitter account says it's really sad after opening leaked online after AX panel.
Yeah.
No one was surprised, but we still didn't care to have it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the jokes of it was Reagan freaking taking the footage.
You know, alright, that's a good joke.
He
Master,
would.
that's not legal.
Quiet mob, it's starting.
Okay, I am genuinely stumped on what I gotta do here again. Job help? Fine. Where's the oh, no, I know that. I genuinely forget about this part and what I gotta do.
You don't have a guide handy?
Ah!
Okay. So now it's official. So I believe what you guys told me was just like, I think it was either leaked or a rumor, but now it's like they officially announced it.
The Goku.
Yeah,
Okay,
the Lobos was getting a film.
Oh, that one. Okay, all right.
Oh great, we gotta wait even longer than usual.
And I saw the title of it. I just go, "Yep."
Oh, can you send me that?
Yeah, because I think it's covering like the Ice Queen arc.
Yeah, it's basically the rest of the month of December.
Yep.
Slime, why do you keep
Okay,
falling?
I think I remember this now. I think I remember what I gotta do now.
There's some good stuff in there.
There's a lot of good stuff. Oh yeah, that's a title.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Yep.
What's the title for?
It's called Kaguya-sama Love is War. The first kiss never ends.
There's oh great.
The
they're not-
repercussions of that kiss will be felt for a while.
For generations to come.
Oh god, they're in their honeymoon phase.
Oh no. And still scheming on each other.
Oh, it's gonna be hard. You guys gotta wait.
I am resisting as hard as I can. It is very difficult.
Got two people here who caught up on the manga. The other two are anime only watchers.
Shirakawa,
And I was the last one to get to the series.
Doesn't matter how you got there. The point is you caught up and went past them.
There we go. God.
It's like going on a Komi's character tier list, and I'm like, wait, where's everyone? We're missing some people here.
Wait, that's it? Can't be.
What's all this then? The magnets have been reversed.
Didn't hear any of that before.
By Jove,
Oh yeah,
it seems to have locked the clockwork parts into place. Excellent.
Whoops!
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Oh, shit.
Sly Cooper. Of course this would be your doing.
Mr. Cooper, no doubt you believed a reversal would pull the old bird apart, eh? But it seems to have had quite the opposite effect. I'm truly grateful. When fully powered up, I'll join myself to its circuits and be born anew.
All this because you can't fly. You're pathetic.
Immortality.
Good line read.
Immortality is what I seek. The other Claw Gang members were much too short-sighted. They were satisfied using the clockwork parts.
And it also makes you
drive their
wonder,
various trivial
why
schemes.
couldn't he have just made something himself? He was so smart when he
I
specifically
saw
had to
them
steal
for what they
clockwork.
really were.
He doesn't
Raised to life.
save
He's
money.
smart. He's not creative.
Well, no. It's because of this whole,
And then
the whole
waiting
spice thing
while I
is
stole
why.
parts from the other Claw Gang members. All the while
Because
not
the,
arousing any
they're
suspicion.
gonna explain here. Clockwork has the whole hypnotism, aspect to him that he can do, and the spice they've been selling makes people way more vulnerable to it. So, Arpeggio basically had them distribute all the spice through their gang, pretty much, and
We're
then...
going to ship out drugs around the world,
Yeah.
and I'm going to hypnotize people.
He was fueled by his hatred for my family.
You're gonna desecrate a dead body for world domination.
Of course I am!
Accumulating that much hatred.
You can't make people hate.
Oh, my poor naive boy. My meticulous mind has found a way.
That subtitle is going above the black bar.
Spice
It's a little awkward, but it's fine.
Angry and susceptible to hypnosis. The Contessa, hypnotist extraordinaire, devised a way to command people through the use of flashing lights. I've created this blimp to be a massive.
Also, spice is a pretty good name for a drug or drug
Yeah.
equivalent.
The only problem I faced was finding a suitable source of light waves.
Northern Lights. You've been collecting Northern Light
Man,
energy
what was it
so you
in,
can hypnotize everyone beneath the
That
blimp.
Kojima game, Narc.
Northern Light energy.
We want to
That's
take
a little bit-
Aurora Borealis.
okay, sure.
We want to take the Aurora Borealis and put it in the fridge for real.
City to consume the spice.
We'll store it for later.
At this time we here, at this place.
That's outlandishly cruel.
Perhaps.
Okay, exclusively on the top shelf of your fridge.
We're gonna raise the stakes so high that only Sly 4 could somewhat top it. Hypothetically, questionably.
Ow, fuck my legs!
I double-crossed the Cooper gang, Interpol, and Carmelita. What made you think I wouldn't do the same to you?
This is mine now.
My Nico kneecaps.
That's not fair. That's quite fair.
Not the next candidate for my immortality. I demand you exit the clockwork frame or...
Well, I hope you're interested in that guy's backstory.
Rip.
I think that's actually still like the most gross one that this series got at this point.
Pretty explicit.
I don't think
You just ate him. You just ate him.
Just
straight
ate him.
up.
I don't even think there's anything that gruesome in Side 3. She just straight up kills him.
Yeah, because I think the most violent death in 3 is like Mr. M getting caved in. I think so.
What about the armadillo guy? Some guy's fate in the credits.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah.
Still in motion to Paris. I can only assume Arpeggio's autopilot will activate the hate hypnosis light show.
Do I dare ask what happened to this armadillo
No
guy?
stopping Clock. She'll be immortal. But we still have a chance.
There's a long pause. It's
From this glimpse engines to stay
I'm getting more concerned by the moment.
I forget what exactly happened to him in the credits, kind of deal.
I mean, Sophie brought it up, so Sophie should be the one to tell
Basically,
it.
from all his work, he lost his sense of hearing. That he pretty much ran himself into the railroad tracks into a moving train.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
warm-up round for what we'll be going through tonight.
That's a big oof.
Also, I am disappointed in the Kaguya subreddit. I keep here thinking thinking people talking about both the anime and the show. It's just people talking about the anime.
You gotta
I want
realize
that manga, people!
You gotta
You
realize
check Tumblr,
most
they're
people-
everywhere, it seems.
Yeah, Tumblr I think is overall more manga territory than the Reddit.
God damn it, Murray.
Okay, I got 2 slime
What did I
missions.
do? Wait.
You were born!
I tried to tell you, Murray.
What's I heard a little bit of Gina come out right there for a second.
Whoosh. There we go.
Gotta say, man, like, compared to when I did the review, finding these models is a hell of a lot easier with earphones on, man, instead of a TV.
Yeah.
But Leah, I was about to get the bottle.
Just
You
give
were
me like
right
5
there. It's
seconds.
not for, you were right at the spot, so I figured I'd just call you.
Just multitask. Get the bottle in the middle.
Besides, when the conversation's over, you get the bottle then. What's the hold up?
Can we be like can we be like AAA games and have walking sections so I can get this bottle, please?
Gee, you couldn't even hear the bottle when they were talking.
Now, the important thing about this
No,
mission.
it's not
Try
gonna
not
happen.
to lose
No,
your
it's not. No. We're not recreating that magic, no. Because I feel like all of chat knows, but probably not Stefan. For when Super Gaming Brothers did Slide 2, for whatever reason, on this mission, they were running away, and then Sly's model just straight up lost his head, and was like walking around headless for a little bit after that.
And no one still knows what triggered it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
like,
was about to ask, has anyone been able to replicate that?
yeah,
That's
no, like,
bizarre.
I know a bunch of Sly community members were trying to figure out, and nobody knows what happened. It might have been an issue with the PS3 itself, kind of deal.
That's crazy. Like, missing texture is one thing, but missing an entire part of a model? Like,
Yeah, no.
what?
Yeah.
I think the closest thing I can think of that is, Batman Arkham City. There's, a point where, like, you gotta take off, his belt, you know, before you turn yourself into Scarecrow. If you played with the 89, Tim Burton outfit, for whatever reason, Batman would just lose, like, his entire body other than his head and cowl kind of deal. It was just like, what the hell am I looking at?
Video games are magical.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Da, da, da.
Now I'm in the area, I'm really paranoid at this point.
It's gonna happen to me.
Please, give me the thing. Thank you.
I just love the Woody after all we've been through is making rounds because of that meme.
Which one?
When a show I was loving has a terrible ending.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that conversation was going for a while in the Discord.
Images you can hear.
No. Actually, I think I can hide in here. Oh.
You don't see the giant raccoon through these barbed wire.
The giant blue raccoon. Gracias, senor. De nada.
He just did not let you walk
Why?
away.
How'd you do that?
Hard work and determination.
Thank you,
Makes me think of a-
Thank you.
Just reminded of a comics one did where there's a MGS guard standing next to a box. He sneezes, and then right inside the box says "bless you." And then the guard looks at the box, and Ryan just his face palming. Why'd I do that?
The image I saw today kept cracking me up. It was some dude playing MGS 3D on his 3DS and watching Morbius on his like flight kind of deal. Just like there's a lot to process right here.
I thought there's like creeping to my head today that I wasn't able to turn off.
Yeah.
So I slowly been thinking about it. So because I rewatched Toy Story 2 recently, like in my brain, I was just like, all right. So if I was approached, it was told, all right, you gotta do like a movie based off of a Toy Story. Well, what would I do? I just go. I think a movie about the prospector after what happened to Toy Story 2 would be kind of interesting.
It's just an animated short of just what happened.
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened?
It would just be like this wholesome short of the prospector actually coming to like appreciate the fact that I'm being played with.
Yeah, someone sees me with value.
It's just like Barbie helps us see the value of like actually being played with.
And then later say, fuck that, enjoyed the traveling toy circus later on.
I've seen way too many video essays of Toy Story 4.
Oh, really? I still haven't even watched the movie, so I don't have much of a reference point.
Like, Toy Story 4 is Toy Story 4 is an interesting new message. Toy Story 4 ruined the message. Pick.
Oh.
The thing with Toy Story 4 is the fact that, and from what I hear, it's not a bad movie by any stretch. It's just the fact that we go from 3 to 4.
It's when you watch 3 and then immediately go into 4, you kind of notice there's a bit of theming dissonance between them, kind of deal.
Gotcha.
I mentioned someone mentioning Toy Story 4 feels more like a more of a Woody movie. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. If you look at through that lens, I think it's I think it works.
Mm-hmm.
Ow!
It doesn't take on Toy Story 4 that I heard. It's the fact that like what happens to Woody in Toy Story 4 can can just like happen to like a lot of people. Cause we like you look at Woody's journey for Toy Story 1 to 3. Woody's whole thing was doing this thing. He was really good at doing this thing, and then we get to Toy Story 4. He presented with this new opportunity that kind of like changes his world, and now he realizes that he wants to do this instead.
Yeah. What?
Oh my god! At least don't tell me I gotta do all that over again. Okay, thank God.
Thank goodness.
That like a fucking bird just flew from the heavens and popped me. Funniest shit I ever seen.
At the end of the day, I think you'll like or dislike with Toy Story 4, but just comes down to like the question of do you think it was needed?
I don't think it was I still think it was fine overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, most sequels aren't needed.
I would say,
good.
honestly, I think it's about the same level for me as 3, though I'm not too big on 3 either, kind of deal, but...
I love 3. I think 3 is a great film.
I think it's mostly that... it's nowadays, I kind of see 3 as an inferior 2, because they kind of have the same ideas going for them a lot, sort of thing.
I can see that.
That silly Buzz Lightweight can't help you. His name is Buzz Lightyear! Whatever. Always get it those much fun space toys. There's no choice, Woody. We can go to Japan either together or pieces. If he fixed you once, he can fix you again. Now get out of the
Get in the car. Never.
Never. Fine. Idiots! Children destroy toys! You will be ruined! Forgotten! Spending eternity rotting in some landfill!
I think between the four Toy Story 1 is the one I went back to the least, and that's probably just because I saw Toy Story 2 first.
Yeah.
Toy Story 1 was basically 60% of my childhood, so I am incredibly biased towards it.
I can still go back to Toy Story 1 pretty easily. It's just, I'm definitely a little big. I have to adjust yourself. Yeah, no, first animated 3D film, it's gonna look kind of jank now a little bit. So.
Oh yeah, definitely it, but the script is still really strong.
Yeah. No, the script is still fantastic for it.
So, like, even when you realize that, like, even with the idea of first full 3D animated film, like even with like that under his belt, some of the stuff that they do in that film is still fantastic.
Yeah. I'd say the major parts that you really notice it on are the humans and especially that dog. That dog looks so sick. Get him out.
Like Woody's like near the end of the movie, Woody's face after like flying on the rocket, and just like It does! They'll fly! This is the flying, this is falling with style.
It's actually kind of perplexing once you realize that after Toy Story 2, 2 movies later, they do Monsters Incorporated, and the fur texture on Sully, I'm like,
yeah.
Everyone in the renderers wanted to die.
You're on.
Like, what? Other people, what are you talking about? It's just a furry monster. You don't know!
No.
You don't understand.
Yeah, no. That was always the thing with Pixar for a long time, is that their whatever movie they had coming out was going to exploit the hell out of the new tech that they found, kind of deal.
Also, what happened there?
Yeah, I forgot the floor is electrified.
Welcome to the Himalayas! Stoko?
I think...
Hey! I got more Stone Cones! It took me so long to realize how he got those Stone Cones.
I think when they did the whole sequel, like the whole sequel era, the going from Finding Nemo to Finding Dory's texture style weirded me out a bit. Like, it's good, but I'm like, something's different.
Eventually.
Nothing's quite funnier than watching the intro of Incredibles 2 where they're reusing the old footage and then it goes to the new footage and you can immediately tell.
Oh, yeah. It's not even like of that, it's like their rendering style is completely different too. And it's like, whoa.
If it's invisible. Incredibles 2.
Wow, that's a real change.
Incredibles 2 is like, I think out of all the sequel ones I've seen, it's probably the one that I put at the bottom. And it's mainly because you go from Incredibles 1. Like, incredible film. In my opinion, the best film that Pixar has done. And then you go to Incredibles 2, and you're just like, something's different here.
I think Incredibles 2 is fine. I think it just got that really bad of, like, you know, it's been over a decade since the original kind of deal. So expectations were already so high, and they didn't really want to make the kind of film everybody wanted to see, sort of thing, so...
It's the same concern that I see going into the fact that Megamind's getting a sequel, like...
It's... I like the scenes more Incredible 2 than the actual, like, full plot stuff put together.
Yeah.
Like,
Got a lot of great moments.
Like, I enjoy watching this family live his life. Oh, right, there's a plot.
But the sequels, I actually still surprised how much I actually enjoy Monsters University.
I still haven't seen it, honestly.
It's okay. It's a fun movie on its own, and then the second half comes.
Yeah, it's mostly the finale of the film that kind of carries that.
It's a fine film that has a really good finale.
Yeah.
Like,
and to respond to JoJo, yeah, they announced the Megamind was getting a sequel a couple months ago.
Hooray! I hope that succeed. But yeah, I think the only thing behind watching it overseas is the fact that it's like every college movie.
Yeah.
Movie you kind
Yeah.
of expect.
It's
just
got no
one monster.
identity of its own kind of deal.
Quite literally,
I
you've
think-
seen this movie before.
I wasn't surprised when I learned that that guy did Onwards.
Yeah.
I think my
Another
favorite-
film that
I-
doesn't have any identity of its own.
I still have to watch it. I just never got the motivation to.
You are not
Same.
missing a goddamn thing, Sophie.
Unlike, say, like, Raya, like, I don't really have much interest to watch Onward.
Yeah.
What? Are you talking about like Ray of the Dragon, that movie?
Yeah.
I
Like,
remember
the reception to that was so just interesting to me. I was like, I need to see this just to get my own opinion. But I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, that film, that was kind of the film that kind of reaffirmed, like, it's that and then Frozen 2, where I'm just like, the animation team really wants to do a big fantasy epic, but it's like Disney refuses to actually let them go all the way, kind of deal. And it's
Interesting.
really obvious.
And then Encanto came out and it's like
And that's their best film they put out in a damn long time.
simple and it worked.
Yeah.
It is funny that I got like the Disney Plus free trial to. Well, actually, I didn't get the free trial. I had to do that first month, so I basically bought a movie ticket. And it was like, all right, I want to watch Encanto. And I was like, well, I can catch up on some of those other things. I got all this time. Just stares at screen. Yeah,
Oh,
never
no.
mind. I watched the first episode of Amphibia, and then you guys had me binge the rest of it.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you, Murray.
You are going to frog.
You are going.
And I do still appreciate that.
You joke
You-
about
The brain rot was
You
aggressive.
are,
You
are
joke
going
about
to
that,
hot
Sophie, and how
topic.
long did we have to convince you of frogs?
I tried. I just it was like I love Frog Show, but I'm not gonna lie. The beginning half is not as click. Didn't click right away.
I actually recently watched I can never say this dude's YouTube name. Scriv. You
I know what you're talking about. I
Hey,
can never
fellas?
pronounce it either.
I can never pronounce his YouTube name. Like I see it and go, him, the crab one.
It's Shay Frella, so
Say for him. I recently watched his video. I think we were talking about Amphib. I think you were doing like 3 topics in that video, and one of them was talking about Amphibia.
Hmm.
And I think like for him, like I think like for him, like I think he did say overall he did like enjoy it. Season 2 is his favorite season, with True Colors being like the best episode of the whole series. He said like there's some episodes of season 1 that you can honestly skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is also is that a lot of season 1 stuff comes back into play in season 3, so
Mhm. It's kind of enjoyable to go back and see that. It's like, oh yeah, this.
He also thinks that season like Amphibia has a better closure for his characters than Gravity Falls does.
yeah, I agree.
It helps that it's a time skip, so you can
Yeah.
feel that a bit more. Which, I mean, that's the benefit of Gravity Falls, is that their story continues, and
Yeah.
it's just not going to be in the town anymore.
I mean, I think overall, like, as a completed series, I do think Amphibia probably ranks higher for me than Gravity Falls as a whole. Mostly just when Amphibia finally, like, hits its stride halfway through season 1, it doesn't really ever dip at that point, kind of deal. It just kind of keeps going up and up and up and up and up afterwards.
real.
I think he also said that like at some point he wanted Marcy to be the main character, but then he took that back and he realized how many other people in like Disney's other shows are like Marcy.
Yeah. Well, I think that was, like, even something Matt brought up, is that Marcy is basically the every isekai protagonist ever. But then Anne is kind of the character that doesn't want anything to do with that at all, so...
Also, Owl House exists.
Yeah.
Like, Marcy is pretty close to loose.
Yeah.
I forgot Fruits Basket had another adaptation relatively recently. remember the news about it, but I had no attachment to the series, so it was
And
just like that happened.
I believe it also got a prequel anime film. I actually still need to watch Fruits Basket. I haven't seen anything from that series.
I know my brother used to read some of the manga when we were younger, but that was my only real. That's the only reason I knew what the name was when I saw announcements for stuff.
Did anybody here see ProZD's recent 2 skits?
I have not actually, but the titles are pretty funny.
The second one is just, yup, that's me right there. Me trying to convince me why I like slice of life stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's like the pizza one. I'm just like, yeah, that's me. Cause in the short skit where he's doing the whole thing, I got sucked in really quickly, and then the joke happened. And I'm just like, so it's a show about pizza. It's not just about pizza. I'm just sitting watching. I'm just like, I would actually watch this. This
Just
right
bringing
up my
the
alley.
just copy and paste the whole shoujo segment from Love is War into here.
Cause I watched this gets like the actual pitch for this show is just like this brother who like decides like to carry on like the dream that he and his brother had together. We're gonna open up a pizza shop and make like some really good pizza. I was like, I would watch that. I would watch that.
The Klonoa game broke Steam. What did like?
Apparently.
I'm curious what it broke Steam means.
Like you just can't load Steam right now. Like the shop is just down, kind of deal.
It's like
I would love it for it to be Klonoa. I don't think it is, kind of deal, considering how niche the series is. But
you say that as I see multiple people like, hey, buy this game. Buy the game.
There's that, but then you gotta remember the general populace kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same like 5 people I keep seeing for pushing Klonoa kind of deal. But I hope it does well. I hope it does well.
I hope it doesn't go into another Neo 20 situation.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Neo 20. It's good.
What happened to Neo 20?
Just Square didn't market the game like at all.
Yeah.
And I saw from like comments and stuff like that. Most people didn't even World Ends With You fans, a lot of them didn't even think it was a sequel. A lot of them thought it was some kind of remake.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no, like they did a bad job marketing that.
Yeah.
Okay, now where's the last one?
Woo! Okay.
Is anchovies the worst pizza topping? I honestly couldn't tell you because I don't think I've ever had it.
I mean, I haven't had anchovies on pizza and I have no desire to, so...
Pineapple isn't the worst topping on pizza, it's just easy to make fun of.
I mean, for me, my usual is pineapple and bacon for me on my pizza.
I've actually had bacon with my pineapple.
People over here saying pineapple's the worst topping. I'm just like, man, you guys haven't had anchovies, have you?
Well, to be fair, I don't think many places even have anchovies as a pizza topping anymore.
To be fair, now that I actually have a
good snipe.
now that I actually have a taste for fish, if I'm gonna try anchovy on pizza, there's a small chance that I might like it. But
I definitely would hate
no,
anchovies.
that was not happening.
I mean, what do you guys normally get for your pizza?
I'm basic, pepperoni, and sometimes pepperoni and sausage. I'm basic.
Yeah, mine's do meats. Though I know my folks since I regularly put some veggies in there, even if I never got into it.
Well, okay, nowadays we tend to get our pizza from Jet's Pizza. I don't know if you guys have that, but it's kind of like pan pizza sort of deal.
Okay.
And then for that, we usually just get pepperoni for that. Because pan pizza is just kind of one that I don't think you have too many toppings on, otherwise it's just a little too much.
I just know what I like, pepperoni. Basic, but hey, it's still a good pizza.
When I want a quick crave, I'll usually just get a cheese or a pepperoni because it just depends on what I'm feeling that week. But when we're going out of our way for pizzas, we try to be experimental at our local pie pizzeria, and we'll just look at the list. It's like, what's something we haven't done yet, and we'll just play it around with that. But when I'm going to a usual, like say at a Papa Murphy's, we usually either get a cowboy or a big vegetarian. I prefer the cowboy just because I like a good amount of meats and some olives on there.
What's a cowboy? For...
I need to tell you, but I don't know the exact stuff. But I know it's a bunch of meats, including sausage, mushrooms, and olives. And there's probably something else I'm missing on it, but it's just a go-to that really helped fill up me and my brother when we were younger because two growing boys devour that stuff down.
When it comes to pizza, like my mom really likes what she calls a white pizza. Which is
with what do we call it? Alfredo.
Yeah, she'll get like she'll chop out the marinara for Alfredo and top it with chicken and spinach.
Yeah, you can only really get Alfredo in like the Blazer Mod Pizza kind of near us, which are like one of those, you know, custom personal pizza places.
My family was that cheap one to get Caesars on a cheap day. Though if we actually wanted some quality pizza, we either go to we either grab Domino's or just go to a local pizza chain.
Yeah, it's usually Jets for us. Maybe once in a while Little Caesars. If we want the good shit, it's a place called Alibi near us that probably has my favorite pizza in town. It's very expensive pizza, but it's good.
So nowadays, as the budget college student, I just go to Lazy Moon, just because they have their giant slice, like $5 pizza.
Oh, like Costco kind of pizza.
Bigger.
Bigger.
All right. Pizza question. Favorite store brand pizza?
Store?
Yeah,
don't...
like, are you a DiGiorno person? Are you a Tuso person? What kind of... Are you a Tony Chef's? What kind?
I don't really get those kind, mostly because when we get the pizza, we usually get it from Trader Joe's with their like 4 cheese, or I get the Costco Kirkland kind.
My grandmother like also gets like the Costco one. I don't like it that much. That's my main issue with theirs is the fact that I know tomato sauce.
Oh, okay. I thought it was blow up.
You've got company.
Like I'm a two-stone man. I can directly report to my mother for that one. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to do something. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt me. Burn!
Who's in the fires of
There
hell?
we go. There we go.
I could do this all day on leg day.
I'm back. I see we've moved to muscle.
The Murray.
Okay, yeah.
All right, Stefan, what's your go-to store brand pizza?
Store brand pizza?
Like DiGiorno's and stuff like that, like frozen pizza and that.
We typically get Kirkland from Costco because of the bulk convenience of it. But I've grabbed a Red Baron here and there whenever I've been feeling it and don't want to go through Costco.
Also, I lately have reached a point where now when I go grocery shopping, I can't do it at the store that I work at because my brain is like, this is not a grocery store, this is where I work.
Yeah.
I need to go to another grocery store so that way I can be a grocery store again. Like whenever my folks would ask me, hey, can you pick up some milk? Can you pick up this? And my brain would go, sure, but not here.
That's kind of me with the dollar store I used to work at, kind of deal, Jason, so I understand.
Now, head into the control booth and hold up
Still remember
the
like a casual story that Pat Boyven talked about one time where it was after he'd done working at a grocery store, but he had like got something dirty on his hands while he was going shopping there one day, and this is like actual years later. He still instinctually tried to go to the back room to go wash his hands, just because it was so ingrained.
My sister was sicker. She always grab it like, "Hey, can you drive me to the dollar store?" Yeah. I know you're gonna waste your money, little girl. Stop.
You're going to make poor life decisions.
All right. Hang on, Rocker Gamer. Hang on. I need some clarification on that. Waffle fried the leftover pizza? All right, explain.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this concept.
Is that like a South thing or what? I think
The
I
chat
can
is,
get
the
that.
chat is yours. Type away.
I never waffle fry a pizza. If
I'm not
you
even
want
sure
an
what
opinion
waffle
of
fry
Southerners.
This is a whole new world I've
Is it
just
like
been introduced to.
is it like putting a pizza into a waffle iron, or?
I guess that can be a thing. I never knew that existed.
I feel like that would be a bitch to clean out, though.
Maybe just another way to heat up leftover pizza rather than sticking it.
Put him on the fire! No!
No, you were supposed.
You're supposed to burn him.
Okay, so yeah, it does seem to be putting it into a waffle iron or something.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
If it works, it works.
Hang on. I want to see waffle fry pizza.
Oh God, it's everywhere.
Huh. Oh, so
It looks like
that's interesting.
getting into that engine room.
Happy to help.
Bentley tells me that
I'm sure if I'd ever tried it, it'll taste good.
I mean, it's still pizza at its core, so I would hope so.
Take out all the power stations and then pry open the door by hand.
No sweat, Sly.
I guess I would just put this an example in no mic then.
It's appreciated.
Hearing all these bottles, I can't
Anyone has
fit.
ever tried deep fried pizza?
I don't think I've ever really had deep fried anything.
Every time I'm like, "Hey mom, can I try a deep fried Oreo?" My mom's like, "No."
No.
See, in New York City, they always are trying to sell you deep fried Twinkies all the time. Kind of deal. That's like the big tourist thing there.
That's not a new thing I've heard, but every time I hear it, it just makes me giggle.
Deep fried
Just
Twinkies.
the concept of a deep fried Twinkie.
My mom just ingrained me to never eat a deep fried Oreo or something ever in my life. It's not. It's safer in the long run.
You won't lose years off your life for a single bite.
I remember watching.
I feel like
right?
Sophie one day it's just gonna be like the the alcohol not for her, but as soon as the deep fried Oreo goes in, then it's all downhill at that point.
Considering I'm a sweet person, I'm scared on that.
I remember I was watching Good Mythical Morning like a while ago. And they had an episode. And they would have it. They would do an episode about like weird foods that you can find at the fair. If you had that, or they were presented with like this food at a fair, and then they had to guess which state it came from. And the one that they did, that I just went, all right, you know what? I actually really want to try that. I think it was like putting like ice cream on a hamburger.
What?
Okay, sorry, Jason. I was kind of trying to figure out what deep fried ice cream was first, and I'm trying to process this information I just put in. Like.
Before you put ice cream on a hamburger, I heard that. I just go. Not gonna lie, I would actually want to try that.
I think that it depends on what kind of ice cream. I think
I
it's
think
the
it was
big
just like
make or
vanilla
break.
ice cream.
I'm assuming you're deep fried with some sort of like sweets and not some Now whatever that is.
No, I don't even think the deep fry.
Okay,
I
it's
think
corn
I think-
flakes.
No, she's talking
Okay,
about deep fried
okay.
ice cream. She
Cornflakes.
saw that someone talk about it in the chat and had to investigate.
Okay.
Okay, it's cornflakes. That makes more sense now.
How do you deep fry a liquid? That doesn't make any sense.
The same way you deep. The same way. It's the same way you deep fry butter.
How do you do that? I don't know
It
what
can
these
be
mystic arts you speak of.
It can be done. I saw a picture of it. I just went, all right. I'm never having that. I heard that. I see that. I just go. I feel the diabetes radiating from this image.
I tried fry squid. That counts. It's actually really good, and my dad complains and my sister tries to eat the entire thing on dim sum.
What a menace.
Yeah, see,
That's
I'm
before,
still
actually.
kind of warming up to just fish in general. Like, the most you can kind of get me on is like fish and chips or salmon kind of deal.
I'm fine with a lot of your river fishes, but I don't have much familiarity once you get past that.
Like, shrimp is one I just kind of know I'm not a big fan of.
Shrimp, I'm warming up on shrimp, but it took a long time after one bad shrimp as a kid to get anywhere near to that.
I might need to try lobster again, but also it's lobster and it's really expensive.
Ironically, shrimp is probably the one thing I can kind of fully eat and find okay.
Not fish and chips or anything like that?
Fish and chips is alright, I just don't eat fish and chips as often.
Same
Same
here.
with shrimp.
I mean, there's one person that eats it non-stop. He can spawn it whenever he wants.
The Chad Greg's.
But I remember when my doctor told me to add fish in my diet, I had to, like... I think it took me a while to finally... Till I finally got around to try salmon. I just went, alright, this is pretty good. And then I found the way to, like, cook it that I like. And apparently now I made the best fish in my family.
Nice.
Huh.
I'm gonna go check on something.
Eat.
Which is literally just like I take the salmon, I put some lemon pepper seasoning on it, and I sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar on top of it as well. I wrap it in a little bit of foil and place it in the oven for 20 minutes at 375 degrees.
Mm.
I usually have it with like rice and applesauce.
Sly, this place is packed with laser security. First, you'll need to make your way to the far end of this room. Then jump up the engine room.
Actually, one thing I want to try is that hamburger that has their bun engraved in squid ink.
What?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I remember, like, I think it was like a McDonald's ad in Japan at one point, but it was like
Yeah.
like a special item. I saw that. I just went, that's interesting. I don't even know if the squid ink would add any taste to it. In my brain, it just looked like it added color, and that's it.
It just looks like some radioactive burger, just to show.
I still really want to try Korean fried chicken.
What is that?
Oh, you never tried Korean fried chicken, Jason? It's delicious.
I have never had Korean fried chicken.
I have also not had that.
Again, this is why we need to go to a con with all of us so we can actually like go to get all this food we keep talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Also, ow! That looks like it hurt.
And then Carmelita was very dissatisfied after that.
But the first time I had Korean food,
Wow, Sly! It looks like you're not getting the... Shut up, Bentley.
Carmelita, no.
I think the first time I ever had like Korean food was actually earlier this year when me and my friend were on our way home from the gym, and he looked to our right, and he just like, hey, what's that place? I looked to her and just go, oh, that must be like a new place. And he wanted to go there. I just go, not today, some other day. I looked it up and I found it was like it was a Korean place where you could just like order the meat and then you could like cook it yourself.
Yeah, it's like
cool.
Yeah.
That's like normal things. Kind of
Yeah,
restaurant.
so one day I took like my friend and sister there just like on a whim. I went over that place where I do anything. I just went, hey, you remember that restaurant we passed by over at Greenbelt? Yeah, you want to go there? Yeah, sure, let's go.
Watch out for this engine.
Must have had Korean food at some point, but I'm actually blanking on when.
Like my sister dragged me to the Korean chicken place that opened up near her area. First, oh god. First off, it was like there was like a long line because it was open. Everybody just wanted to try the chicken, and there was like so many different kind of flavors that was kind of scared. Like, you know what? I'll just get the regular chicken, regular Korean chicken, please. Yeah,
I think The Rock, which was kind of like one of the foods places at Paris, I think they had like a Korean barbecue kind of like setup area where you could cook your stuff, but I didn't go there enough to really do that. I preferred the other cafeteria because I just felt the food was better at that one.
Oh, by the way, Patrick, how far are we into this chapter?
I think these missions are just about like all of the chapter kind of deal. So.
Anyway, my point. I will say, Korean chicken is surprisingly like a nice sweet flavor.
I heard from like a lot of people that Koreans have perfected fried chicken. I just want to try
like,
it.
It's the perfect like blend of sweetness and really juicy.
Well, I know Korean barbecue is mostly just like a bunch of simple stuff, but it's that you also have to kind of make it yourself is like the big thing about it too.
Yeah, me and my sister did try to do that homemade BBQ on her like little stove grill. It was fun.
I'm always kind of hesitant on places that cook your food. Like I think it's like the Black Rock Steakhouse. I don't know if you guys have those, but it's like a steakhouse that you cook your own steak, and I don't know, I'm just not big on those places kind of deal, because it's like you are gotta wait a long time for that, and then you gotta wait a long time for the steak to come out too kind of deal. It's like, I guess there's novelty to it, but I just kind of want the steak at that point,
yeah,
you know?
never had to do that with steak.
Yeah, Rocker, there's like a whole history behind that. And I think the short version of it, it's been a while since I actually saw a video about it. It was just like an advertising campaign that KFC was that they pushed in Japan, that kind of made KFC like a staple for Christmas. And and they usually get so busy there that you want to do like the family meal for like KFC like around that time. You have to order in advance, like really far in advance, just to be able to get your order. So like that's how that's how much like KFC is like ingrained into like Christmas somewhere in Japan, I believe.
At least they haven't how that marketing strategy worked.
Yeah, it's just like when you think of like it's just one of the things like in Japan when you think of Christmas, hearing people talking about KFC is not like a far-fetched idea.
I still should ask I need to figure out why our McDonald's in Colombia serves fried chicken over there.
It's because they're epic.
There's no
not bad chicken. It's chicken.
McDonald's did sell fried chicken at one point in like the early days of McDonald's.
Yeah.
Well, they still sell it in Colombia.
They just refuse the memo.
Yeah. I also tried Colombian pizza once. It wasn't for me.
What's Colombian
What
pizza
makes it Colombian?
You see, it might just be the pizza in their style. I just like, this doesn't taste like pizza. Though maybe if I try it again, I might like it more. I was like a kid, so I'm like extremely petty.
I can 100% say this 100% because of Amphibia. I do want to try Thai food.
I was thinking, because me and my family kind of have a rotation for everybody picking a meal out kind of deal. There is a Thai place up near us that I do want to try, but it's also like I don't really know what's actually in Thai food or stuff like that, so I don't know what I would like kind of deal.
The only thing I know about Thai food is the fact that it's spicy. So if I ever go to a Thai place, it would just be like, I would just walk up and ask, "What do you recommend?"
Thai food is amazing. It's also a lot of their food is really spicy, so I'm just trying to go to a Thai place like, okay, give me your most delicious, least spicy food meal, please.
Coward.
I must have had Thai food. It's a similar thing with freaking Korean. I must have had Thai food before, but I can't think of when that happened.
There is a chain like Madi, like that just promotes themselves as Thai street food. That's probably the most common.
At this point, I'm just gonna pull up the freaking map and see if I can just find locations.
It did lead to a pretty hilarious story where the waiter gave me my sister's meal instead of mine, so I'm like eating my. I took one bite, like, oh, this is pretty delicious. Oh God, I'm burning! like, this tastes so good, but I'm dying inside.
Just every bite, just like, that's so good, but my God.
It's like, ow, oh my God, ow.
I can actually, slight spoiler, that is going to be a topic for one of the Ramen King plot lines later on in Love War.
I think the only time I had that was when my dad was reproducing this spicy soup. It's like it was good, but I'm like, okay, Dad, I know you spent so much time making this soup, but if I drink another bite, I feel like my tongue is gonna burn off.
What's the spiciest meal you've had? I haven't had it yet, but it's the one that I 100% am looking forward to because I know it's going to kill me. So like,
you say that as blind eye.
My two friends who I was talking about earlier, they are from Africa. So through them, I just been like learning some stuff about the culture. One thing I learned about their food is the fact like when someone is pregnant, there is a very specific soup that they give them to drink because like I think it's like because I believe it helps with the process. But they also told me, I said, all right, so how spicy is it? And they looked at me and just went, it will kill you. You are not ready for it. And I just went, I want to try it once. And they looked at me and just went, are you sure about that? Yes! Give it to me one time! I just went, I'll think about it.
Reminds me of a local Indian restaurant, and it's like one of their drinks. I don't know if it's, I forget which one it is in particular, and it's been a while since I've been there, but they always have like a warning for like a specific drink to people to not so much temper their expectations, but be prepared for it because most people can't handle it. I'm just like, well, now I want to try it.
I just think of the Squidward image just with Jason's two friends. It's going to kill you.
Listen, I know if like you put that word like, okay, I'm not gonna try it because that's probably gonna happen to me.
Dude, like, I talked to their mother over the phone who's still living in Africa. And like I told her about that, and I remember she told me that one day when she comes to America, she'll make it for me. and like they were in the room and they heard me, and they just went, I just went, don't do that. I just went, no, do it, kill me. But like before that, I think like, cause like all the spicy stuff I ever had originally has all came from them. I remember we were hanging out one day. It was lunch. I was talking to them. I see that my friend is like, eating like this piece of meat. I think he was eating lamb. And I asked him if I can have I can have a bite. And he looks at me and goes, I don't know, dude. It's pretty spicy. I responded, I can handle it. I like spicy food. And he looks at his sister, and they don't look at me. And he just went, okay. So he gives me a piece of it. I took a bite. I just go, oh wow, that's really good. Oh my god, it's so hot.
These animals say chore.
I know I can't really handle spicy food, but my curiosity always gets the better of me. I'm just like, well, how bad could it be? And then it's just like, It was that
I
bad.
get mid-spice and then like, oh, this is already spicy already.
Yeah, I know. I am a certified white boy when it comes to spiciness, but I still want to try it every
It's
time.
like I'm fine until I actually get stuff like jalapenos or something like that. I'm like, oh no.
I've seen enough people do like freaking ghost pepper challenges and stuff like that, and even I'm just sitting there just looking, it's like, but I want to try it. I know I'll be awful, but I kind of want to try it.
My friends have tainted me because I got so used to this spice. One day I ordered like this chicken meal from like this wing place, and before I met them, I always thought that was spicy. I got it, I ate it with the sauce again, and I just went, something's missing. Where's the kick? Where's the spicy kick? I just went, no, they ruined my chicken. The thing I thought was spicy ain't nothing now. There is no spice to this. Like, no, you ruined it. You took away my spice.
I am thankful for Asian cuisine. When they give you spicy food, they give you rice automatically on the side. So I'm like, okay, I can save myself when I need
Like
to.
if I, like it's one of those. If we go to Panda Express, I love their Beijing beef. Like it's my favorite thing there. But I absolutely need white rice for that. Otherwise, it's going to burn my tongue off. Kind of deal. It's really spicy.
Meanwhile, I'm like the only person who just gets the beef broth, while everyone in my family gets the spicy broth on hot pot.
And the thing with me is the fact that it got to the point where so there's this meatball dish that I make. It's really simple. It literally just like it's just like meatballs with sweet chili sauce. The sauce is made with like jelly and two like two small jars of chili sauce. And before I had it, when I make it, it'll be fine. But then after meeting them, I decided, what if I put in 4 habanero peppers into this?
Oh no.
So I put it in there, I had it, it was hot, but I also went, it tastes better now. It tastes better, so I just went, great, now I can't eat this without putting habanero peppers in the meatballs. If I do it without the peppers, it's just going to taste bland. It's like, I remember I put it in there, I had my mom try it, she turned to me and she went, you realize you just changed the recipe now. There's no going back to this.
Actually, I need to check this mission. Is this the clockwerk fight already, or? Oh no. Okay, different one.
Okay, just.
I was gonna say,
just like
get through all this chapter just talking about food.
Oh, keep going.
In more depressing news, I actually looked up the Indian cuisine restaurant that I was talking about, and I guess they got closed down.
Damn.
That was really good. Great
I
atmosphere.
did discover that at any restaurant nearby, though I was only tricky enough to just try their like El Sabadas to go. It was good. It's kind of like Hispanic empanadas, but with a lot more flavored, like spice to it.
What is your guys' go-to move whenever you go to a place you haven't eaten at before?
Sounds like fun.
Like, huh?
Huh.
Like say for example, like this is your first time at this restaurant. What is like do you just like pick something random off off the menu? Do you just read it to see if it looks good? Or do you just ask like the waiter? Like
I usually go through, see if there's any kind of usual foods that I have, kind of deal on there, and usually pick one of those as kind of a testing ground.
I tend to go for something of some familiarity, just so I have a.
Like if we go to a pub grub place, I'll usually do their fish and chips first, because your fish and chips at a pub is usually like a good sign. Are you good or not? Kind of deal. And then for like, you know, Italian, it's usually like, it will be that, some kind of, Alfredo pasta, whatever you have, and then, like, gourmet mac and cheese are kind of like some of my go-to ones to try out.
I don't know, considering that I tried way too many Asian cuisine, I either tried to get either noodle soup or fried noodles, because like, okay, I'm gonna guarantee to actually to eat this one at least.
I'm a simple man when it comes to like American Chinese. Ooh wow, there's a new American Chinese place over here. I'll just get the same thing I normally get. I'll have your General Tso chicken with white rice.
I mean, I'm always gonna get fried rice if I can help it.
It's always teriyaki for me.
Now I prefer fried rice, but if they don't have fried rice, I can do white rice.
Yeah.
Which
Brown
is
rice is
just
the only
like
thing that's a bit of a curve for me.
fried rice is just like oh yeah, can't get it with fried rice. That'll be $3 extra.
I like
It's worth the
specifically,
$3 extra.
I like specifically Hispanic white rice.
Mhm.
There's more flavor to it, notably.
I see.
When it comes to fried rice, probably more Chinese or Asian.
Yeah, I
side-
love fried
side.
rice.
Weiss.
There was actually an entire chapter that didn't get into the anime of Kaguya, which was just a fried rice competition.
Oh,
And it made me really crave some fried rice.
was it like basically styled like an Iron Chef kind of?
Pretty much.
Okay, I think they did. I think the OVA
They
did that.
paired that
yeah,
with the
the OVA
OVA right after.
Yeah, after
that
the problems
one.
get.
Yeah, rough.
Yeah, so avoid that one, but if you want to watch the second one, it's fine. Kind of deal on that. Just avoid that first
It's
skip.
cute.
Like,
Yeah.
So I apologize to any Vietnamese restaurant because if I go there, I'm going there for pho, and that's it. Just pho.
I'm gonna. You need to show me a good pho place at some point, kind of deal. You hype it up so much, I need to actually try it out.
I eaten that food for my entire childhood. I'm like, people don't know what that is.
It's just not as common. Or something, or just it's more popular in Hispanic like culture neighborhoods or something like that.
Oh no, my stepdad's Vietnamese, so.
Ah, okay.
We know two.
I actually had them.
flavors of
I actually had that homemade.
Okay, got ya.
Nice stand. Yeah, I've had pho a couple of times, but usually it's just so much money to spend on it because they know
What
their value.
is that? Explain what this is.
Explain pho.
Yeah, explain pho.
It's a type of it's pretty much like a Vietnamese noodle soup. It's essentially like their version of it, but it's the kind with the white noodles, and they have like the brisket, the beef, and like tendons and stuff.
Okay. Cause I never heard Sophie, add another one to the list. Never heard of this.
I think one of the first times I heard of pho was surprisingly enough Max's comparing video games to different fighting games to different kinds of food, which for the record is still like my favorite Max video of all time.
Oh yeah, like cause like he like describes like I remember the one I remember the most. He describes Guilty Gear as Mexican food.
Yes, it's Mexican food, which I totally agree with.
Like, if you want to get I would say the most cheap commercial brand I would get is Vietnam Nam, but I think that's more in my location than yours. I recently discovered that has much a more cheaper version of the soup, but I think it's a pretty nice beginner type of.
I remember with that video as well, it got me and Tyler talking a little while, and we basically just got onto this whole spree of comparing Sonic games to different kinds of food as well, and that got very entertaining very quickly.
But Sonic Colors would just be carnival food, like the good kind.
I think some of my favorite ones we came up with, I think the first one was 06 is McDonald's kind of deal for that. Like, it's generally pretty bad, but once in a while, you get a craving for it out of nowhere kind of deal.
What would Sonic Generations be then?
I don't think it's spelled PHU, is it?
I feel it's like FAH is pho?
FHO. It's pronounced the Vietnamese way, so so you kind of just have to. Yeah.
Most English brains need to take a moment.
I could just send I could just send a picture of what it is then.
Get the expert on it.
I've eaten these.
Call up for stepdad.
I
Hey,
have
can you take a picture?
consumed thousands of.
Hey, Dad, can you do me a favor? Can you make fun and take a picture of it?
I still think the funniest one was I think you found one of their more local places to try out, and then just
Actually, I don't need to Google it. I have like tons of pictures out of my phone.
Yeah, just your own versions. But yeah, you had gone for fun one night or one day, I guess, and then just later that night while I'm just hanging out, my mom's just like, "You want to go get pho?" And I was like, "Yes." It's already been planted.
Yes, I do. Actually, what's the food or food item that you would see in a cartoon that made you want to try it? Because like for me, I remember Ed Eddie was Jawbreakers. Man, Ed Eddie makes
false advertising if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, it makes Jawbreakers look so good, and then you have one, just go, this sucks.
I remember getting a freaking Jawbreaker from Disneyland that was the biggest one I've ever had, and that was like absolutely like softball size. I don't think I ever finished it because my tongue was bleeding raw trying to eat that thing.
Okay.
How the f do I get up there with that one?
Okay, this isn't my favorite pho, but this is the pho I got from the Vietnam place.
You're running on rapidly spinning blades.
God, that just looks appetizing.
Like,
that looks good. That is really good.
Yeah, like I don't even get the more complicated kind of pho ink flavors, but it's just a simple pho feeling like, I'm set, I'm in heaven. I'm gonna be in a buzz for the next few hours.
I'm in my element.
I remember actually, I remember watching Beyblade, right? Like OG Beyblade. Character in the dub, Max. He had this weird thing that he would do with ramen, where like whenever he would order ramen, he would put mustard on top of it. And I always remember watching that, and I'm just like, I don't like. Do people actually do that? Like
is this real?
I couldn't tell if it was like something like some people actually doing that, because it's just weird enough where I'm just like, I can believe that. It's because like apparently I'm the weird one. I was apparently the weird one that puts ketchup on eggs.
That's not that weird. It's pretty common. I just don't do it anymore.
I don't do that, but I've seen people do it.
I grew up with that. I put ketchup on just about everything as a kid, but as I got older and my taste changed, I didn't put ketchup on nearly as much things.
I remember.
Why?
I remember the first time I noticed that taste changed, and I was really upset. I used to love SpaghettiOs as a kid, and then I got older, and I had SpaghettiOs just went, this doesn't taste good anymore. I just went, no, that's SpaghettiOs.
Oh, see, I was never a fan of SpaghettiOs for me.
What do you mean?
I always made my own pasta, so I always knew that it was just inferior kind of deal.
I just remember being upset, like, no, don't take SpaghettiOs away from me. No.
When I try to put in Publix chicken nuggets, I'm like, this doesn't taste as good as I remember.
I do remember the first item where I ever really noticed that my tastes were changing. It was actually A&W root beer. I used to love to drink that soda as a kid, and then just one day we were staying in St. George, Utah, and there was root beer, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll have it. Take one sip of it, it's like, this doesn't taste good.
Is there a high spot that you can glass from to get that bottle?
I'm trying to find, the problem is I, get too low before I get to this spot kind of deal.
Because I just looked in the chat, I see Brennan how you're supposed to get that bottle. I was just like, oh yeah, we have been here for a little bit.
Yeah.
There's also, You know, the one Hispanic word for a food flavor that I really like, and then I discover how it's translated into English, and I'm like, this isn't as appetizing. Is the
Oh, there you
arepas?
go. You did it.
Okay.
Was that Sophie?
Yeah, arepas are like one of my favorite like breakfast foods that I like to eat either alone with salt or with cheese. And then I found out in English it's just translated to cornbread and I'm like, that doesn't taste as good. It doesn't sound as good as it tastes.
I like me some cornbread, but
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it. It's really just. I think it's other times it's also like cornbread or cake, but I'm like, that doesn't sound like it. That doesn't sound like the food I like at all.
I had this weird argument with my grandmother. We would go to Costco sometimes, and like I would end up getting like the corn muffin, but she wouldn't like that. I was just like, I saw grandma, like, what's wrong? These corn muffins, they're good. It's like because they're not muffins, it's cornbread. No, the corn muffins, Grandma, they're in the shape of muffins. They should taste like cornbread. I can't drink that with coffee, so it's not a muffin.
Remember that was like
What shadows?
Okay.
I forget what the hell was this one. Move about PC. Okay.
He's Amy Rose.
Literally just go invisible, but you can't run.
I mean, kind of pointless at this point because we're done with the game, but...
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird
Yeah, I don't think Slide 2 has a New Game Plus.
No, it does not. No New Game Plus or anything
and it's
like
pointless.
Like, I can see that being potentially busted, but
it's not like you can't replay missions or anything like that in Slide 2, so...
You can do it in Slide 3, and I love it.
That is one thing I definitely do like, is that you can replay stuff in Slide 3.
I will say when it comes to like taste changing as you grow up, I still like chocolate, but nowadays I do try to go either for something vanilla or fruit flavors now.
I do vanilla, and then I'll usually either, I mean, cookie dough is usually my go-to, but then I'll also do like turtle or something like that kind of deal.
I remember my family we went to like Hershey's Pennsylvania for like the chocolate factory, right? And I remember after doing like the whole tour of chocolate and everything there, we would get was like, hey, how's some free chocolate? Me and my mother, we both just put like a random chocolate. We both got dark chocolate, and we both tried it, and we just went. It was like, oh wow, this is good! And then we had a bitter aftertaste for like an hour or our mouths, and we just both hated it.
yeah.
Oh, we're here.
That first.
By the way, this boss fucking sucks! I will full on say that.
Hey, if you guys the boss has too much health and it loses around.
Way too much health.
You want to know the funniest thing? Hershey's isn't even Colombian's main chocolate brand. It's like some obscure thing called Nesquilia. It's small,
Okay.
and it's like they don't even serve it in giant chocolate bars. It's just like in small packets. It's all right, I guess.
It's what you expect from your main chocolate.
I need to try European chocolate because every person that I keep that I hear like for Europe or like the UK just like, man, American chocolate sucks.
See, I was in Europe and Ireland back when I finished high school for a trip. I forget what it tasted like, or if I tasted any difference to begin with, kind of deal.
I like my Swedish chocolate. I forget the specific brand we get, but I know when my dad would visit more often before COVID ruined anyone's travel plans, he would always bring back a bunch of chocolate from when he was visiting family.
It's one of the funniest thing for me is that I used to be a brownie person, and then I discovered what fudge is. And then my mom, and I can simply tell my mom was like, "Oh no, I introduced her to something horrible."
Oh,
no.
Sophie, if you ever come up to Michigan, there's a place we have called Mackinac Island, and like the island is mostly known for its fudge.
Sign me up for that travel plan too.
Like, that's how this entire island makes all of its money is through, like, local downtown fudge shops.
Alright. What kind of brownie push are you? Plain brownie or brownie with nuts?
I could do either or.
I prefer plain
I'm not a
brownies.
nut person.
When I want nuts, I'm gonna have nuts. Otherwise, I just want the food object as it is.
Then again, my favorite fudge is mint fudge, so
Yeah! Represent!
like it's just
Oh no, there's nothing bad about fudge. She was just saying like she like discovered fudge. She's like, ooh.
She likes it better than brownies.
it's like I say I discovered fudge and then my mom realized I have introduced my daughter to another unhealthy
my
obsession.
daughter to the demon fruit.
Remember for Christmas, we actually would make our own personal fudge, and then it just started to become a bit of a problem because we would A, eat it way too fast, and 2, it was just getting everything for it started to get pretty costly, on top of everything else Christmas spending was involved with.
Now, do you ever got a dessert that you prefer to keep it in the refrigerator for a day because it tastes better?
Yes, but I can't think of anything off the top of
I probably do, but
our pumpkin bread. Whenever we have pumpkin bread, we could eat it as fresh as we wanted, but I prefer it not frozen, but cold.
I feel like that's a lot of Publix products for me.
I don't think necessarily that, but it's more of Cheesecake Factory, but that's more because I can only have half of it and then take the other half later. Otherwise, it's just way too much sugar in my system. Got any help?
A really dumb reason for not liking cheesecake when I was young. Because I was a kid that believed it, because like there was around the time where I just I associated like American cheese with just like cheese in general, so I just didn't like cheese. And so I was just like, cheesecake? Why would I want a cheesecake? Why would I want a cake made out of cheese? It sounds awful. And one time I got older, I had a cheesecake. I finally had a cheesecake to go, oh, I was stupid.
I was a fool.
I was a fool. I was gonna go, why is it called cheesecake?
This is a restaurant, not a bakery. I've been lied to? Question mark? Yeah, Cooper, you can do it.
You believe in you.
Cooper.
You're doing great. Much more of this. Doing it, Cooper.
Back.
You're dead.
Yeah.
We're winning.
No, we're not.
No, we're not!
No, you're not. You are not winning.
No, you ain't.
We're
Getting
winning.
some Jack 2 flashbacks.
Okay, how about this take? What is ice cream brand? Go.
Ooh.
I don't really have a brand when it comes to ice cream.
I do a lot of Red Button these days.
Eddie's is usually one I tend to get a lot because I really like their cookie dough.
All right, here's my brand. Does it have chocolate? Yes. All right.
So almost any brand.
Yeah. I'm not brand loyal when it comes to ice cream.
It's whatever is the cheapest one in Meyer kind of deal.
For the ones I bought, it's Bluebell.
Bluebell's good.
Pretty good one.
Yeah. I think Bluebell has like my favorite vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, they got good vanilla.
I recently learned that the Walgreens has mini Bluebells, and I'm like, oh, I can actually store these.
Oh no.
I was brand loyal when it comes to ice cream. I guess I'm more so when it comes to like the place where I get my ice cream from. Because because it's just like it depends on my mood. Just like, hey, look, I'm in the mood for a frosty. I'm gonna win these. I want ice cream. I'll stop at the store and collect this one time. Oh, I did a good deed today. I'm gonna treat myself. Coastal Creamery, here I come.
Again, for us, it's usually we go to a local place dairy treat for us when we get ice cream.
I only really bring vanilla ice cream when I'm at home because I know that if I'm stressed, I'm going to eat ice cream.
And I don't need the extra calories for my depression.
I definitely have a bit of an issue with desserts where if I know I have it, I will usually have it after dinner. That's mostly because I actually need to break.
I do need something sweet after dinner, so I'm like, okay, I'm one and then
The thing with me, ice cream, I love ice cream, but I also have to be in the mood for it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just be like, ooh, ice cream.
The thing is,
And
when you're in the mood, it's like a craving for me.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm. I've absolutely done almost midnight runs to a grocery store to get some ice cream.
Because whenever there's ice cream in the house, by the time I'm ready to have some ice cream, it's gone.
That's a mood.
It's like,
That's
alright,
us with like the Trader Joe's ice cream cookies, because there's only 4 of them, and there's usually 3 or 4 people in the house. Those things are gonna be gone very soon if you are not careful.
And I guess I'm also I'm a way bigger fan of actual ice cream than like ice cream sandwiches or like cones and stuff like that. Like just give me like the actual like ice cream. Give me
Not
like
much
the
of a
vanilla.
novelty ice cream person.
Yeah.
My folks get the ice cream sandwiches just because it's cheaper when there's no like buy one get one for the regular one.
Okay.
Oh, bye, Mila.
Bye.
That fight takes forever.
Fine. We've got a serious problem here. Clockwerk's looking mighty upset, and I think she's going to take it out on us.
This is mine now.
There's some nice friends you got there. Would be a shame if I drop.
I try and get milkshake if I can. Usually Arby's is my
Arby's, yes.
especially when you go to their
The game froze for me. That's what I was asking about. Okay, now it caught up.
but it's, yeah, usually I'll go to Arby's for around their like what I just set up around like 2 to 5 when they have their happy hour, because then you could usually get like 2 sliders, a milkshake, a fry for like all $4 kind of deal.
Nowadays, when it comes to milkshake, I'm not sure how pretentious this makes me sound. I prefer it when I make my own milkshake rather than go out and get someone else.
Hey, if you have a particular way of making it that you really appeal to, all the more power to you.
It literally just like, alright, go take some ice cream, put some milk in there, add the chocolate, put it all into the blender.
You know what you like, and you know how to make it.
Because before, when it comes to milkshakes, I always thought that like Chick-fil-A's like milk.
Just make it stop. I can't take it anymore.
Yes. Did this car fuck up? No?
No!
What?
I just checked Twitter and this appeared.
Oh no.
Oh dear. I know.
No, right?
Bowser, what the
Oh,
fuck?
right. Yep, I've seen that clip make the rounds.
Is he about to hammer Junior?
Sayonara!
I need a paper bag.
Wow. Damn, Bowser. Imagine if this game had lives. God, that would be a completely different game.
Ugh, turd. Ah! Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Hurry!
Wow.
Ah!
Please, por favor.
Ah! No, got a position on that one. Nope.
Mulligan.
Okay, there.
Try again.
But yeah, it was like right as about freaking Clockwerk was about to snatch him up is when the stream froze for me. So I was just like,
You might have a new body, Mila, but you're still the low-down, backstabbing coward we've beaten time and time again.
With a little RC card, nonetheless.
You don't understand, so I am a popular furry, so I live forever in the online.
I will never
True
be forgotten.
immortality.
Axel knew what he was about.
Come on.
Lift
here.
it. Lift your head. Come on. Do it. Do you coward! Fight me!
Fight me!
Now.
Drop Bentley first, then fight me! Why?
Oh, you actually want to know something I found out recently?
What?
What's that?
My sister taking me to some of her like recent joints that you just hang around with. So we went to like a local like bar area, like a mini like store shops and mini like bar on top. And and so we went up to there, and I found they have like a little ice cream cart filled with ice cream with liquor infused in them.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Party
my.
time.
I'm like, I kind of want to try that.
That's the only kind of alcohol.
Maybe that's my itch. Liquored ice cream.
That's her in.
Finally, this is how I get her to drink with me.
What?
That was awesome. That was
What?
less awesome.
What happened there?
I got just kind of stuck in the head. Is what happened.
Instead of losing my head, I shall become head.
I
I can't believe Sly lives with. I can't believe Sly
I
lives
realized
with
red
dreams
green.
inside her head.
Backing up a little bit for like the discussion, I'm one of those weirdos where it's like I'm always game for hot chocolate or ice cream, no matter what the respective weathers are like. I could be dying of heat outside. I'm like, I could go for a hot chocolate.
Oh,
Watch out. That thing's still kicking.
Lachlan mentioned something about a hate chip. It sounded like the source of her power.
If we remove it, she might stop attacking.
Let's do a little open-head surgery. I'll pry open that beak so that Bentley can go to town with his bomb.
Sly, you just stay
It's all
there
planned on
and
paper.
look pretty.
hate you, Cooper Gang. I will find you in your sleep and I will destroy you. You will never know a moment's peace for the rest of your short, miserable life.
you're having Discord lag, Neela.
Check your
Little
connection. Is everything plugged
It's
in?
your mic on. It's your mic on. It's the wrong source.
I am the Alpha and the Omega clockwerk.
Did you update all the drivers?
Somebody is missing a key Windows update. Look, you found out that clockwerk operates software on Windows 95.
You will not get my head chip. Got it.
Oh hey, I got it.
Hey,
Get out of here. She's about to explode
Yay! Victory is
Ah,
saved.
fuck.
We down.
my glasses.
Bentley, I'll save you.
Pick me up. I can't walk.
This could be a problem in the future.
Still honestly kind of surprised for a kid's material to still just full on cripple Bentley at this point, kind of deal.
It's also just
Comes out
pretty
nowhere.
genuinely sounded.
Yeah.
And there we were.
Yeah, now
At the end
Bentley
of the
became a
road.
god.
The machine had been defeated, and the clockwork parts lay scattered around in heaps. Yet, despite the explosion, they remained pristine. It was as if nothing could ever hurt them. Carmelita cursed herself for showing up too late to get a few shots in on Clockla. So she took it out on what was close at hand. The hate chip.
It's a little awkward with the art there,
just
making
like
it look
that,
like Bentley just
it was
straight up
over.
died rather than being
Without
injured.
that place, that essential center of clockwork, there was nothing left. The parts aged before our eyes as if time had finally caught up with the ancient bird. How ironic
Still
that
don't
Carmelita,
understand of how
the
far
police
back
officer, would
Clockwork
be the
had to
one
be
lift
made
the curse when it
robotically for
fell.
the whole thing to work.
The menace of
Mhm.
clockwork would never
Unless he
be
knows how to
realized
time
if it
travel.
me or my children.
Well, Slide 4 does show that you can,
True to her
so...
nature, she informed us that we were all under arrest. But one look at my gang told me that we were in no shape for a fast getaway.
Bentley's voice
So
Fucking
I offered to go peacefully in exchange for letting my friends walk. They'd taken some bruises through all of this, but I was surprised, shocked really, to see them leave their gear behind as they walked away. Their wounds were deeper than I'd imagined. Those guys were hurting. Carmelita's
Murray
old
just doesn't
police
look
unit
right
soon
without the
arrived.
outfit on.
In
Yeah.
custody, her name was cleared, and she even got a well-deserved promotion. It was the least I could do. The ride to HQ started with us sitting in silence, trying to read each other's
Support
thoughts.
conversations be
As
like
the
them.
reality of my capture started to sink in, she began to relax, and we got to talking. We spoke freely about our previous adventures, comparing notes and even getting in a few laughs. Then we started talking about, well, everything. Books, music, art. It was like we were on a first date. She even showed me the bottle she'd been saving for the special occasion of my arrest. My heart sank when she realized that our short flight across town had already taken 2 hours.
It's already
A
the
fact
end
I
of the
kinda
session?
clued into after seeing the Eiffel Tower
Wow.
float by 17 times. She went forward to ask the pilot what was up, and it looked like my pals had left me a little going-away present before taking off. Floating away on the night breeze, I could faintly make out Carmelita's voice.
I'll find you, Cooper! I'll be seeing you soon, Ringtail.
And there we go. That's that too.
Fly to
Did
baby!
Yeah, I'd say most of what I say in my review still holds up, even after all this time. I will say definitely finding clue balls is a lot easier with headphones on. I wish I did that back in the past, because for the TV, it's just like, okay, there's one kind of nearby. Where the hell is it?
This originally came out on PS2, right?
Yeah, originally PS2 and then PS3 remaster later on. I think that the PS2 version's still relatively cheap.
I'm just curious about like how designing for the surround sound type stuff like that back in the day, because I definitely
Yeah.
wasn't too familiar with it. And I know, of course, it was novel when Kojima did that in Metal Gear Solid 1 for the Harrier fight.
Oh yeah, 80% off of for AI tonight. Cool.
Oh boy.
Yes, like him to said, yes. But Carmelita Fox continues to search for Sly Cooper. His current whereabouts are still unknown. And maybe resting in Egypt for like 10 years. Dimitri went to work on a dance instructor on a cruise ship.
Ballin'.
Yeah, and
Rajan now owns a series of rug outlets across North America. The Contessa went on to become the most successful real estate broker in the greater Milwaukee area.
I love the next one.
This is my favorite one. Jean went to work for the EPA. And ended up frozen yet again, rescued by saving baby penguins.
Bro.
Arpeggio's fucking dead.
Oh, that killed him.
That boy, oh, that killed him.
Yeah, he's just dead. He's just dead.
Gone.
Okay, that's
Okay,
it.
that's it.
You've seen everything. You won. Go outside.
Outside.
Go touch grass. Show me that 100%. There we go.
You did it.
All right. So yeah, that's not too well done. I didn't expect to do 100% at first, and I was like, wow, I'm actually getting these clue balls like really easily, kind of deal. So just kind of.
It is not hard to 100% this game.
Yeah,
Just,
no, it really isn't.
just get the clue bottles.
So, yeah, so next up will be Batman Arkham on Thursdays now.
Cool.
Still trucking on with Path of Radiance. And, yeah. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Eventually,
Wow.
you have to get to slide 3, and then it'll be my time.
One day, Jason. One day.